Okay, hello everyone. So today we're looking at recycling. Now, recycling is a really interesting way that we can start to reduce our reliance on materials freshly extracted from the lithosphere by reusing materials. So we're basically reusing wastes. Now, there are two forms of wastes that we can extract or use for recycling. So we have pre-consumer wastes. So this is wastes that come before the product has been sold to a consumer. So in this case, the consumer is sort of the final user of that product. So some examples of this might be stuff like waste trimmings or stampings from a factory. So any metal that's cut off a sheet or something like that, this can be sent to be recycled. This typically has a higher purity or value because it's not being mixed with other things. It's a known quantity. It's like this quality of metal has gone into this machine and this has come back out of it as waste, and I'll send it back to the manufacturer to melt it down and reuse it. So this is quite a common thing that is recycled because it's relatively easy to do. The other thing then that we can use is post-consumer wastes. So post-consumer wastes are discarded consumer products. So think of your bin at home, basically. So domestic waste can be separated, which is the important point here. So if it is not separated, it is very difficult to recycle. Because it is all mixed together. If it is separated, this means it can be recycled, and it's most effective if undertaken by the public before collection. Basically using you as free labor to make sure it's as pure as possible. So this increases quality by reducing mixing. So for example, if you mixed food waste with paper waste, this is no longer, you cannot recycle it to the same level. Because it's been contaminated by things like food and oils and grease and stuff like that, potentially from the food waste. So we can do this in a number of ways. We have roadside collection, which is where you might, if you live in some cities in the UK, you might get one big green wheelie bin, for example. Other places might have a variety of different size, smaller containers. There might be boxes and bags in which you put different sorts of wastes into to make sure it's all sorted. Things like paper, cardboard, garden waste, metals, plastics, and glass. And a lot of places also have food waste that's collected for things like anaerobic digestion. You also can take your waste to local recycling centres. And these typically collect most of the materials collected from the roadside. But in addition to this, they might collect things like batteries, engine oil, building rubble, soil, clothing and textiles, and footwear, books, and electrical items, and things like light bulbs. However, there are a number of advantages and disadvantages to recycling schemes, which we'll look at in the next part.